Are you ready to see what's new for Christmas 2025? I'm going to give you a sneak peek. I'm going to be unboxing all of the beautiful things that I got. It is huge. It's almost as big as I am. Balls and ornaments, ribbons. I'm going to show you what's the latest and greatest in Christmas lights this year. And oh my gosh, the figurines. Wait till you see the figurines. I'm about to reveal to you my Christmas 2025 theme. I have never been more excited about my Christmas decorations than I am this year. In fact, I think about it, not every day, but almost every day since January when I was at market. If you see anything today that you want for your own home, you can always get it at the Amber Marie website. There's a link in the description box below, but just remember, limited quantities and things are gonna go fast. So let's see, should we start with balls and ornaments or figurines or greenery? You want to see the ribbons first? No. Let's start with the figurines because they're like the big pieces. They're the investment pieces that make all the difference in the world in your home. And this year, I've got some new ones, you guys. Super excited to show you. Now, just so you know, this isn't everything. This is about 50% of what's coming. The rest is still on a barge somewhere in the ocean, but it'll be here soon, I hope, because I actually start decorating tomorrow. I'm not kidding. That's not just a song. Oh my gosh, look at her. Ooh, look at this. Oh, this angel is spectacular. And you know where she's gonna sit? On my credenza in my entryway. Let's go to angel number 2. Okay, this angel, this is so cool. Wait till you see this, you guys. I saw this angel and they had her floating, I think on nylon thread from the ceiling. I did not know that she came on a stand. So look at this. So you have the capability of having her stand on the stand. To be honest, I am going to cut the stand off because what I loved about her is look at her feet. Doesn't she look like she's floating and flying? That's harder to do as I get older. Now is probably a good time for me to tell you that every one of these things, when they arrive, they're super well packaged. A lot of these things are gonna look like it just comes out and looks perfect. It does, but I took all the wrapping off yesterday to make this a quicker thing. See how this one's smaller? I think she would be beautiful too, just sort of flying. And see her feet also float. They're under here. See, isn't that cute? Basically, the look that I'm doing this year, I want it to feel and look as though I went to Paris to a flea market and bought vintage old world pieces for Christmas, or that I went to Aunt Matilda's attic in Paris and found these things. And look at her. She's copper and metal, and she has a stand. So she will be on my dining table along with her older, much larger cousin. So they stand at different heights and they'll be on the center of the dining table with 3 candle holders and the tallest tapers you've ever seen. Oh my gosh, wait till you see these tapers. You're not gonna believe it. You know how they make, this is kind of new, they make taper candles that are battery operated now. I found the world's largest battery-operated taper candles. I think I should show you now while we're talking about it. Do you want to see it now? Oh my gosh. That is a taper candle. I know. Look at that. That is a candle. So look, you come down here and you hit, and I think it's got a timer too. Look at that. Isn't that just beautiful? So these candles will be in candle holders next to these girls. How striking are these? Here are the candle holders. Wait till you see, these are so cute. I think these are so fun. Now let me tell you, when you're doing candles and you want the differentiation of height, either do your candle holders at different heights or your candles at different heights. If your candle holders are different heights, you want to get all the same height candle. Have you ever done that? You get random heights of candles and random heights of candle holders and it's a hot mess. But you'll get the look that you want. Odd number paired nicely together with those super tall candles and those angels. I found this. Again, I feel like it looks almost royal and majestic. And when I say royal, I'm not talking about like crowns with tons of rhinestones in them, you know, that looks like something you would see on the Royals on Netflix. This is more like old world. But imagine this on the top of the tree, and then my angels kind of floating. One of them will be in the tree and one will be floating near the top near this. So pretty. By now, you've probably seen my Christmas Trends 2025 video. I put it out. It was what I did when I was at market, and it was just out just a couple weeks ago. You've got to go see that because it shows all the new stuff. This is the stuff I purchased, but if you want to see what's the latest, go and watch that video. One of the things that we didn't see at market that I personally think is trending is the best thing I've ever owned in my life that Amber Marie and Company was able to score. It is, without a doubt, the most favorite Christmas figurine of all time. It's been in every single home I've decorated since I owned it, and I owned mine for 18 years. Look at that. Those are the wings. So pretty, and they're magnetized. If you are one of the people who've already bought the angel, make sure that you keep the styrofoam and the box that she came in, because that's how you'll keep her safe. What makes her so incredible is how large she is. Can you see how spectacular she is? This is the best investment you can make in your Christmas decorating, because it doesn't matter what your theme is year after year, you can reuse her. Oh my gosh, I love her. Okay. You know, you may ask yourself, who watches unboxing videos anyway? Just kids watching other kids open up toys? No, adults can do it too. It's for people who want to be inspired and kind of get excited and in the mood for the holidays coming. It's also for people who want ideas of what they can do in their own home. But I think it's especially helpful for people who live in states or cities that are not greatly, you know, they're not large, right? You have basically at your fingertips Hobby Lobby, Michael's, Target, but that's pretty much what you have to select from for your own Christmas decorations. And what I'm able to do here by shopping at market and collaborating with the Amber Marie and Company, these things can be available to you. And that's what I think is great, because now you're able to get your hands on some of the really good stuff that you would not normally have an opportunity to. So take a look at these balls. This is what I'm talking about when I say a Paris flea market. I have never seen anything like this before in my life, and I've been doing Christmas forever. But these are amazing, and I went, oh my gosh. Now this is the Blessed Mary. I'm a Christian. This is actually more Catholic than what I'm used to, and that's also very majestic looking, okay? My way of believing is that Jesus was born in Bethlehem, in a stall, in a manger, and they weren't wealthy people. This kind of makes it look like she's a queen, but so I'm gonna go that direction, because really for me, I don't care what you believe, and you don't have to believe the way I believe. I'm not trying to get you to go there. I'm just saying this is what I'm doing this year, and let's all enjoy the differences between each other. But take a look at how that plays with this antique brass look and the majestic look. And as I start pulling out the rest of the balls, you're gonna see how this theme comes together. Let's see what else I've got in here. It's mercury glass, and it has a little bit of the brass with it. Look how beautiful. So it's silver and gold or brass together. Oh my gosh, let's see what this is. Oh, it's the onion shape of the very same ball. So that's one of the things that I love about how I decorate, is I do things that graduate in size and might be the same pattern, but it has the different shape to it. That's what makes your tree look so unique and different. So one of the things that was trending this year at market were oversized balls. And I tend to put these lower in the tree, but look at that. Is that not just so gorgeous? Again, it looks like a Paris flea market. Oh, and look at it with all the brass. I mean, that is just spectacular. Look at this one. Clear with the bits of brass in it. So now we've got metallics and we have clear. Oh, look at that. It's an egg shape. Doesn't it look like a Fabergé egg? Oh, even when the light hits it, oh, that's so pretty. So we hang this with the rest of these. Come on, how pretty is that? This is gorgeous. How beautiful. Look how rich the colors are on that, you guys. And this year, in case you're wondering, is Rebecca doing white again this year? Meaning my garlands, my wreaths, my trees are all flocked? No, this year I'm going back to a green tree. Meaning it's gonna look like a spruce or pine, I don't know. But I got the pokey tree. You know what a pokey tree is? Go watch my trends video that I already put up because it'll explain the whole thing to you. The one thing you need to know is you gotta have a tree that has like strong limbs, right? Because these are heavier balls. So they'll pull on the weight of the tips of your tree if it's not a strong enough branch. Oh, I love this one. Look at the old world look of that ball. It looks, that's what I'm saying, it looks like you found this in an attic. Like it's been around forever and it's been in your family through generations, doesn't it? Here we go. Here's the one with the actual gold running in it in the egg shape. That's beautiful. How pretty is that? Oh. And it's in the rich gold color combination and it's small. See, this is how they come. So you can be sure that whatever you order, if you decide to, it's going to be well preserved and taken care of. Oh man, here's another one. How beautiful. And this is so similar to the tiny one, not tiny, but the smallest one I showed you. But look at the difference in size and shape. One of the things I saw in the trends this year is gold, brass, brushed gold. This warm, rich color is hugely trending over silver this year. But you'll notice that I did things like add the mercury with it. How beautiful is that? These little guys are adorable. It's a little tiny Holy Family in a cloche, and this can hang in a tree. But I actually bought these. I will put some in the tree, but I thought this would actually maybe look good on my dinner plates, on every one of the plates for my Christmas dinner. How pretty. And I don't think, did we, oh, here we go. Let's see. Can you see? It lights up. So at night, which you can't see here because it's pretty bright out, but it does give off a light, and I think the color changes. So, yeah, the color changes. Wow. I don't know if you can turn it on to just clear. I'll have to look into that, but interesting, huh? Here's something I haven't shown you yet that I absolutely love, and these are, I'm going to incorporate bells, okay? Stars, bells, yes. I might even incorporate some crowns. Look. So I've got these bells. Doesn't it look like an old, I don't know, monastery? It's keeping with the theme, right? So these will hang in amongst the balls, but I'm also going to hang these from the ceiling this year. Here's another one. So you can see they're going to have different finishes and be in different shades of brass and gold. Imagine that with the gray and the black. Oh, that's gonna look so good. Okay, so that pretty much covers my balls and ornaments for what has arrived. Again, remember I told you stuff is still on the water and it's on its way to me, so keep your fingers crossed. Oh wait, I forgot these. Take a look. They're kind of like snowflakes, but doesn't that look royal and regal? And here's another one. And if I'm not mistaken, this comes as a set of 3. So look, you get 3 different sizes and shapes, and they're just beautiful. crosses with pearls, but they're all different. Okay, well, what else is gonna go on my tree? I was just cleaning up all this stuff, and there was one ball I haven't opened yet. My favorite little ball. This will hang up even higher in the tree. How cute. So cute. So, different shapes, sizes, colors, textures. Ah, fun, fun, fun. When it came to my ribbons, I wanted to get something that was kind of burlappy, but had a little bit of shimmer to it. And this actually has glitter, but it'll give me my natural color to go on this tree. Then I also did, it's a velvet, but it's like a crushed velvet, because I'm trying to get that not too fancy of a look. Look at this. And you can see her skin color. So this will warm it up with this kind of acorn. And these are all ribbons that will be wound in the tree one way or another. Then I decided this year I'm gonna add a blue. I wanna have some blue in this. First off, you should watch my trends video. You'll see that blue is the most popular color around the world for Christmas decorations, which totally surprised me. So I found this blue. I don't know if you can tell against this blanket, but if you take this blue, a soft French blue, and you put it next to her, take a look at this all together. How pretty is that? That little bit of blue just adds some richness. But here's what I want you to see. Most of my ribbons this year, I got them with the edging. It's got a wire edge, but I got them without the gold edging. Why did I do that? This one has gold, but it's a subtle gold. Most of the time when I have Christmas ribbons, you know, the glitzier, the better. Not this year. This year is tone it down, pull it back, ease into quiet luxury. But my favorite ribbon in the whole world is 1 inch. 1 inch ribbon is so fun to work with. You can create that curly Q. This ribbon is so fabulous. It does have the gray and it has the tones, but it does give more of a regal, special look. And then I bought these little ribbons, but these are soft and they don't have any wire on the ends. What's the purpose of that? So the purpose of this thin ribbon is to tie it onto a ball and let it dangle over the pokey edges of your tree. Okay, so these are my ribbons for my tree. There are a few more. There is one that's coming, it's not here yet. So be sure to keep an eye on the Amber Marie website to see whatever's under the Rebecca Robeson page, because as things come in, they'll be adding that to the website. And then of course, when my videos come out, just a heads up, you're gonna get to see all of this on my All House tour, which will be coming out on November 1st at 2 o'clock Central, because I live in the central part of the country, and check out and see how all these things look together. Here's the thing, when you see things like this and you go, oh my gosh, that's so huge. Do you know that when they go in my house, you guys love what you see, don't you? Every year. And I do stuff like this. I do like unexpected things. I got these to hang in the corners. Remember, my sunroom is brick, and I have 2 of these, and they'll hang at different heights in each one of the corners of the room. I don't know, I just think it's gonna look really cool. It's very unusual. Almost looks like a scepter, doesn't it? Let's take a look at my entryway. On my credenza will sit this. Now the next thing I'm going to show you is a sconce, meaning a light fixture. When I saw it at market, it took my breath away. I was like, oh, I love that sconce. When I pull it out of the box, I know you're going to say, that thing is huge. I know, right? But when it's in my entryway with my 9-foot ceilings, I think it's going to be just right. But wait till you see it. Now, it is huge. It's almost as big as I am. But you guys, you know, it's the bold stuff that really makes a statement and it looks amazing in your house. And that's what's going to get the wows when people walk in. So I have 3 of these. I'm not going to tell you where all of them are going, but one of them is going to go in my entryway. And what you don't see here is there are glass pieces that fit here, here, and here that go into these sconces. And what's super cool is it's got a plug, meaning these don't have to be hardwired in for the holidays, because as far as I know, I'm just going to keep them there for the holidays. But this is one of my favorite things of the season. I bought this, and I know it is very, very spiritual, but I love it. This can hang on the wall, but it can also lay on the ground like this. It won't fit into the sconce like that, but I don't exactly know how I'm going to use it, but I love it. And it comes as a pair. You get 2 different ones, and the cherubs look different in each one. I could either hang these on the wall. You know, I have a really skinny wall in the back corner of my entryway, and they would look great together, or even next to my front door. So, like I've said before, come and watch my all-house tour on November 1st and see how I end up using these. But by and large, I think it's gorgeous. Do you like it? Leave me a comment below and let me know. Am I taking the theme too seriously, too literal? I don't think you can take Jesus' birthday too seriously, do you? Nah. Maybe by now some of you are asking why I started the video with this in the frame with me. You're like, that doesn't look anything like what you just showed us. You're right. The truth of the matter is, once you turn right from my entryway into my family room and kitchen, you're going to be greeted with Old Man Winter. I know, it just seems like, okay, Jesus is on this side and Santa's on this side, and to that I have to say, don't judge my doctrine, just enjoy my decorations. Here's the thing, what's going to tie these together? Well, I actually found a figurine that I'm going to use in my entry, I think, and it actually has the manger here with the baby in it, and Santa is looking over. It's like the perfect marriage of the 2 themes together. Not only that, what's tying it together is that I found those same Paris flea market balls in the same store that go with more the Old Man Winter theme. Wait until I show them to you. So we're going to start unboxing all this stuff now. Let's do the same thing we did on the last theme, and we're going to take a look at some of the figurines that I have this year, and they're super fun. Cameraman's going to have to help me with this because this guy is really kind of heavy, but it looks like it came from an old antique store. Hello, is that the cutest thing? It's a rocking horse, and it actually rocks. It's so cute. I absolutely love this thing. I'm going to, of course, put a wreath around its neck and decorate it beautifully. So for those of you who probably are grandmothers by now, that's who's probably going to want to buy these. If you want something really different and unique in your house, maybe you have a sofa with a sofa table behind it, imagine how great that would look. It reminds me, remember the brass reindeer that Shara, my daughter, and I have both had? That year when I picked that reindeer out, my daughter said, what do we want that for? That's weird. And it was expensive. And she's like, no one's gonna want that. Well, it's been one of the highest sold things that we've ever put in our homes for Christmas. So this type of thing is, in my opinion, such a great way to add something unique and different. It's an investment piece. And honestly, if your house is the right style, you could probably use this year round in one of your grandchildren's bedrooms or something. But I can totally see this in a lot of places. Where it's going to go in my house is on my countertop in my kitchen. All right, this year is going to be red and green plaid. One year I did what I thought would be my Montana Christmas. I did this in my old office in San Diego. Do you see how that plaid ribbon is red, green, and cobalt blue? And it's metallic, so it's very glitzy, but still earthy, right? I know, it's an interesting combination. This time, everything is going with kind of a matte finish so that it has that old world, old attic, you know, bought in Paris feel still, but it's more matte. It's not the glitz type of thing. So I have things to go in different areas. First off, I got this super cute canister set. Look at this. This is beautiful, and it has a little pine cone on top. I think that is so pretty. And it comes in 3 different sizes, medium. And you know how I always teach in the design sessions. By the way, I haven't mentioned the design sessions. If you want to know how to decorate like I do, how to design your home and make it truly a big difference, you should consider joining the design sessions, which is an app. We have an app for it, and it's not on YouTube. It's a separate platform, and it is a library of interior design content teaching you everything I know about how to decorate your home. There's be a link in the description box below, but take a look at that. Is that so cute? This Santa can be with it with some greens kind of coming off this way. I think it'd be adorable in my kitchen on the corner, and I can put like friendship tea in here and whatever it is, you know, treats. I'd put candy in there. That's what I would put in there. Also, in my kitchen, I will have a place where I can put my Christmas cards as they come in. Hello. Ah, that is adorable. And look, it's red, green, and black. You're wondering if I have any deer this year? Very subtle with the deer. And then these like, all of this stuff, you guys, when you order stuff and it comes shipped to you, you're gonna get all these fun little styrofoam pieces with it. It's very annoying, but it's what gets it there safely. So we put up with it. Ah, how sweet, so sweet. Basically, my theme has plaid, it has black, and it takes you to a much more traditional look, but not a glitzy, traditional, not a glammy, but it looks like we're going to Grandma's for Christmas. And Grandma visited Aunt Matilda and picked up a bunch of her stuff from her attic. Look at these trees, and it comes in 3 different sizes. And these are so cute. They're plaid, and they have the black added to it. So that's a really different take. Another Santa. He's wearing a plaid jacket with black boots, black fur. Oh my gosh. It's like a little nutcracker, but a nutcracker in a black urn. So you get this set together. Isn't that so cute? I want it to feel like very vintage and almost a little old world, but also I want it to feel like I'm at my lake home. Look at this ribbon, you guys. It's red velvet and it's crushed velvet and green, and the green has a red edge to it. Can you imagine? And then you can take this through your tree and it's this color this way, and then it turns into this color this way. Oh my gosh, that's so cute. This one is really cool. It looks like red velvet this way, but it's plaid with black. Look at that. Isn't that beautiful? Notice that none of these have the gold metallic edges. That's one of the things that makes this so unique. Remember I told you just a few minutes ago, my favorite ribbon is always a 1-inch, because you can wrap this in your tree and have it going from one limb down to another. How cute. But here's the new thing that's really unique and really different, really fun. Black leather ribbon that will run in and through. Do you love that? I love that. But what pulls it all together and makes it connect at all with the other side of my house? I'm so glad you asked. Hold on. Ta-da! Look at that. It's a very old vintage Santa. Is that the cutest thing? So it's the same type of ball as what I'm using in the other part of my house, and it has that old world, old Paris flea market vibe to it, but it has the Santa theme. And there are numerous balls that come with different patterns on them. Looks like he's, oh, that's Santa going down the chimney. This is more in the browns and blacks. Even bits, look, this is sort of looks like it's chipped. I think that's intentional to try to get that, you know, these have been around for years, generations. They've been handed down through the family, so take good care of these. Look at these red balls. And these aren't just any red. It's kind of like a deep cherry red. And it comes in 2 different sizes, large and medium. So this is a ball that brings in the kind of lake home feel. Just the slightest bit of snow on it, but it's mostly frosted, which is super big this year. Pulls that into that look. We're bringing in the plaids. I have it in the round and in the pointy shape. Look at this. And this does have the black. So my tree will have like all these different ornaments. And again, like everything else, I don't have everything here. And as you go to the website, especially if you go today, and I hope you do, because things do indeed sell fast. And this year, because of all of the tariffs, we're not sure we're going to be able to get more of anything. So what we have is what we have. This one's so cute, crafty kind of, which I think goes super great with this look. On this velvet ribbon, a little clumping of pine cones. Because remember, we're up in the forest on the lake. So they're not glittery. They're a matte pearlized finish, and even on the tops of the balls, that's not glitter, those are beads. We're adding some silver things, like we have snowflakes that are metal, and that'll add a different feel and touch. So I'm kind of combining different textures and metals on this tree to give it interest. Wait till you see what it's gonna look like, guys. Oh, this is cute. So I got some little Santa or Old Man Winter ornaments. And this one is holding a wreath, a reindeer in brass with a wreath around its neck, a little pine cone. How cute! Here's another reindeer, and he's in like a bronze, an antique bronze finish. And he comes with also, look, this is a moose. And then here's a fox. So you have 3 different animal type things that are in your tree and make it super interesting. And then look at these. These are a set, and they have different faces. Look, their hats are different shapes, and I'm pretty sure you get this as a set too. You'll have to just check out the website and see how they have them on there. This year, I mentioned earlier in this video that I'm going to be using green, like pine and spruce, in my trees. But what I do is I always use the same material throughout my house. So this year, everything is going to go green. And I thought this was a really pretty wreath. And I love it because it's oval shaped. And then at the top, it's gathered by some twine, which gives it a more organic look. And even the way these little green things kind of fall off, I think it's absolutely beautiful. So this is going to be a wreath on my door and maybe in another spot. I love this wreath. This is a 24-inch. That one I think is 30 something. It's like longer than wide because it's oval. But this one's round, and from tip to tip, it's 24 inches. So it's a great like medium, small to medium size wreath that you can use throughout your house in all kinds of places. It could be in the center of a table with candles coming in between, and that's a centerpiece. It could be in a window, it could be on a door, it could be on the back of your dining chairs. This one's probably a little big for that, but if you have huge dining chairs, it would look fabulous. But I have some green picks. Now, again, this isn't the full selection. It looks incredible at the end of a garland or a staircase railing or anywhere that you've got your garlands going, and you just kind of move it around. You know, none of these things are ever left in the condition they come in when you get them. You have to make them look natural. Now, this one feels really natural. It doesn't feel like it's fake. I don't think it looks fake either. I picked this out from one of the manufacturers and I was like, wow, that is a really nice one. But you kind of just move it around. Isn't that beautiful? I think that's so pretty. So I have a bunch of these. I'm going to use these throughout my house. I love the little bits of pine cones in them too. This particular company that makes these, they do such a good job at making their greenery look real and not like it's fake. So you can add that kind of thing. And just those little touches of blueberries in there look so nice. I also have these, I think, magnolia leaves brought in to your decorations. I'm pretty sure that Sarah, who's a master at artificial foliage, she's the one that's going to show you how to add picks and sprays to your decor. I imagine she's going to want to use this on my fireplace for sure, because it just adds a different thickness of green. And you see how the pokey pieces with the solid pieces just look so pretty. I love these berries. I don't know what, they're almost like little pomegranates or something, but this little bit of aqua I think would look so pretty with my blue ribbon. So this will be running through my decorations, and I bet you anything that Sarah is going to be super in love with these, and it just looks so nice together to have those little bits of blue coming out. This year, for the first time in probably, I don't know, 20 years, I'm actually going to use some artificial flowers in my tree. Look at this hydrangea. This is called Natural Touch. You're not going to find this kind of hydrangea out there just anywhere. This is from that same place that had all of these berries and such, and just adding that little bit of hydrangea that has a touch of the green and the blue in it. So these will be tucked in and throughout my tree in various spots. These are sprays with all the different leaves, and you can pull them out individually and tuck this in to your decor, maybe on my staircase, my fireplace, even in my tree. And you add that to that little bit of, how pretty is that? Okay, so those are the things. Oh wait, there's one more thing for that side of my house. I got these berries, and they are also in a coppery feel. And I just thought either in the tree or in some of my other decor areas, tucking these in would be an unexpected surprise of color. So essentially, where last year my house was so white and everything was icy and snow on everything, this year we're going much more warm and rich. Again, I've used the phrase quiet luxury. So if you've seen the trends video, you'll know that I said berries are gonna be big this year. Plaid's big, berries are big. I went a little nuts on the berries because in the past years, I've had a hard time finding any berries that didn't just look like they came from Michael's, you know what I mean? But this year, I found these. Look how pretty those are. And look at these green leaves. These are no cheapy green leaves. These are beautiful. But you can take these and manipulate them around to look beautiful. Now this is gonna go on the side of my house that has the Santa stuff, all of this. And then these are lindenberries, just little gentle lindenberries. So let's say you don't want a big clump, you just want a simple sprig of lindenberries. Isn't that pretty? So you guys know I love pine cones. These are black pine cones. Have you ever seen such a thing? These are olive berries. And you know I love the berries, so I decided, well, I want to get some of the blackberries and weave that in and out and through my tree as well. Do you like it? I do. Cameraman is shaking his head. He's gonna get himself some olives, I'm just sure. These are kind of fun. It's just holly leaves that you can use. You take these and you bend them apart, right? You take each leaf and you bend that as well, and you get an organic look, but it plays off of the plaid. It's kind of a playful look. But that's what I have this year so far for the greens, the picks and the sprays. And I'll tell you what, picks and sprays make all the difference in the world. and we're going to talk about that in an upcoming video. So keep your eyes open. If you're not a subscriber to my channel, may I suggest that you subscribe and hit the notifications button so that every time we put up a new Christmas video, you'll be alerted and you won't miss a thing. And I promise you, there'll be some of the best Christmas videos you've ever seen, because we work hard, spend a lot of time, and quite frankly, a lot of money. I call these diamond lights. So here's what's different about it this year. There is a ring around the top here. Do you know what this is for? They're not eyeglasses, although I think I have some eyeglasses that look kind of like that. This goes over the top of your tree. You put this down and the point comes out and you kind of push it down as far as you can onto the trunk. Then each one of these, I think there's 16 if they're the same as last year, each one of these unfurls and it comes and you can weave it in and through your tree all the way down. It's amazing. These are 10 feet long, and what they do is what's amazing about it. And this is why last year when I saw these, I was so excited that I think I bought 8 or 10 sets. But here's the thing, look closely. I'm not unfurling them because it's way too much work. Every 5th bulb twinkles, which is what happens. It creates almost a glitter shimmery effect. That's why I call them diamond lights. It looks like your lights are dancing like diamonds all over your tree. They're amazing and you can use them in many different ways, but just imagine your tree, adding this to your tree. Not instead of the lights that come with the tree, but on top of them. It's just enough sparkle to really make your tree special. But I want to show you a couple things here. This is nothing new if you've, it's kind of got dust on it. These are the spinners. For years, I used to say I had spinners to my tree and people thought they were actually spinning ornaments. They're not. It's a motor that clips to your branch and it has a little tiny hook and you hook your ball on, and whatever ball or ornament you put on it will spin. I will tell you they need to be relatively lightweight. My favorite spinning ball of all time, and I know that Amber Marie has a lot of these because I made them by them, it's the disco ball. What makes these really special is they're not the old-fashioned ones. I've been using spinners on my trees for years. And then came the advent of USB, right? These are LED, and spinners wouldn't work on LED. Now they've made LED spinners, and you need this is the USB aspect. So this is a black one. They make these in white also, and they come with a fair amount of cord, enough that if this is on the trunk, so you've got 2, 4, 6 spinners just on this cord, and you can add more than one cord. And then this is what plugs into the wall, but then off the USB, it works. If you're a person who absolutely loves my spinners on my trees and you've seen them over the years past, don't pass these up. They've got them on the Amber Marie website. And then I actually did a whole video. We will put a link in the description box. Last year, at the end of the year, right before New Year's, I did a video just on you never have to worry about batteries ever again. These are USB powered batteries. So they're not just rechargeable, they run off of USBs and cords. Not good for a wreath, let's say, but definitely good. I use these up above my kitchen cabinets where I had the villages. Amazing. And they plug in, is the point. So USB battery things, they're amazing. I highly recommend using them. They come in both AA and AAA. Now, here's the other thing. I have actually used these before, so it's not brand new, but I bought a bunch this year. Why is that? This year, remember last year I did the Dreamy White Christmas. What happens in a Dreamy White Christmas? It snows. So the whole ceiling in my sunroom had these birch branches and then these snowy picks and sprays that were added, and from it were all these crystals and icicles. This year, I'm changing it up because everything is green and not white, and I don't want it to look like it's snowing. So I'm not going to use these in my ceiling this year. I'm going to use these. And I have a brand new set here so you can see what it comes like. These are twigs that light up. And they twinkle. Not every light twinkles, but some of them twinkle. Now, that gives you, you know, when every light twinkles, that's just annoying. But if they're sort of randomly placed, done, it's beautiful. Do you see how gorgeous that looks? But look at, that's a lot of twigs. What do you do with that? How do you not make that look like, because that's what it would look like. Well, you bend and you shape and you form. So I'm going to show you one from last year that I used in the garland over my music room, because this is what I'm going to use in my sky above my tree this year. In one of the videos that we do, we're going to show you, my girlfriend Sarah is coming to help me decorate. We're going to show you exactly how to use these, because again, like I said, we didn't want it to look like the claw, right? There is nothing pretty about this. I mean, it is. But if that's all you did, that would look very sterile and sticky. But look at this. Sarah knows how to wrap these branches around each other and get a more defined look, a more natural look. And imagine this hanging from the ceiling in my sunroom. That's gonna look amazing. And in it will be green pines and twigs that will join it. And then from there, remember the bells I showed you earlier? There will be bells ringing because it's a majestic, vintage, old world Christmas. I'm going to finish off by showing you what is new for candles this year and what I have that I'm going to be using in my house. You can buy wax candles that are battery operated. I saw some at Target. We bought them for one of my projects. Can I just say they were so awful? They looked like it was melting on the side. The wick did nothing. Now these, you can turn them on and to be on a timer. So you can see it has a look to it that flame is actually burning. It comes in 3 different sizes in this thickness, which I love to do candles in 3s. I like to accessorize in odd numbers. But look how pretty it is in this skinny. And again, you get 3 in a set, and they're the same thing. They come in different sizes. These cost more than what you're going to find at Target, but they look so much better. They last longer, and I guess it just depends on really what kind of a look you're going for. I'd love to know, what do you think? Was there anything you saw that you went, oh man, that is so gorgeous. I wish I could get that. Well, it might just be a wish. There were many years of my life, especially when I was a young mom, that I did a lot of wishing and not a lot of shopping because I couldn't. But if you're in a place and you want to get something that's different and unique and add to your collection every year, because remember, here's what you need to remember. Christmas is not an expense, it's an investment. And it has a lot to do with how you store your things after Christmas. So of course, I'm making a video that'll be out in January on how to store these things so that you can use them year after year after year. They bring you so much joy and so much pleasure if you do it right. So that is the whole aim of my videos, not just to show you what I've got, but to get you excited about Christmas, to get you excited about decorating your own home, having guests over, delighting your family and your friends and your children. All right, just remember, Christmas is coming like a locomotive, right? Okay, you guys, I love you, and I can't wait to see your home, see photos of what you've done and what you're doing. I hope that my videos inspire you, and I hope that you're able to pick up a few things at the Amber Marie website. If you're very interested, you should really go soon, because today, the day we upload our unboxing video, is historically the busiest day on their website of the entire year. All right, good luck, and I'll see you guys next time.